Hello everyone, Mike1217 here, welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong Country Returns, and after a rather masochistic massacre, I don't even know what mass word I want to use, just a lot of dead monkeys in the last episode. We're gonna do a little bit of an easier level. I do remember what this one is. Kind of a cool gimmick, really. It's called Handy Hazards, and this is the hand part of it. It's kind of a funny pun, handy, because there's hands, and I just died. That was great. Right when I said that I'm not gonna die as much in this level, I die right away. But yeah, this level is all about hands, really. It's not all just these smashing ones that punch like this. For the most part, this is what this level is all about, are these things. But you'll see other hand mechanics here later, and now we get to see what those electric enemies look like outside the silhouette art style of that first level. Yeah, this is the other types of hands you'll be seeing of these guys, kind of waving around like that, and then you have other ones. This is cool when it does this, where you have hands grabbing onto the barrels to move it. Kind of a nice touch. It's not really necessary because, of course, barrels in Donkey Kong Country games tend to just move on their own. But it's just kind of a nice thing they have going on with this level, with the hands grabbing the barrels to move them around. Now here, your instinct would of course be to shoot through the middle to that other barrel, but what you actually want to do is shoot above to get to this back platform. You can follow these over here to get to this puzzle piece. And that's actually a pretty good idea, not just for the puzzle piece, but also to get through this part, because now you don't really have to time the shot between the two fiery things into the next barrel. You can just shoot above to get to the auto shoot to move on. So if you really don't want to make that middle shot, you can do that, I guess, but really that shouldn't be too hard of a shot to make. Anyway, we have these contraptions showing up a lot now. Oh, I'm not paying attention. I should be paying attention. I don't know why I'm going for these puzzle pieces, but I guess I'm trying to make up for the fact that I'm not getting them. Yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of this now, with the hands coming out, and then another hand putting a block down as an extra platform, and that will be pretty important to kind of keep your eye out for as you go throughout the level, especially when you're getting like puzzle pieces. It can be kind of disorienting with those things. And this can be a little bit nerve-wracking too. Not too bad. Just gotta watch out for these. This N is easy. I was gonna say that's hard, but it's actually pretty easy. These chickens, these brown ones, they explode, by the way, so keep that in mind. You've also been seeing white ones, and those just kind of die on impact when you jump on them, but the brown ones, they actually explode. So keep an eye out for that. Not really much going else. Much else going... What am I talking about? Much else going else? Much else going on? Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Also, this level has a weird eye in the background. You see that? That just kind of like... Oh my goodness. That's just kind of watching you. It kind of freaks me out. He doesn't really have much of a purpose. Maybe he's the one who controls the hands. That's the only thing I can think of. But whatever. So the G was pretty easy to get, and this is cool. We have one of these switch-up things. Eventually, as you can see, the Kongs pop their heads out of the barrels that you're in, so it's a little bit easier to time than you might think. So, yeah, just whatever. Not too bad to time that, really, because they do stick the Kong's head out. So I think it would have been interesting if they didn't do that, and see how difficult that could be if they didn't stick their heads out. I don't know, I thought it would have been worth a look to try that out, but I don't think Russia wanted to look like too big of an assholes. I think that's something that I think Rareware would have done that. I think Rareware would have not made their heads pop out. It just made you had to keep your eye on the barrel that you landed in. That's something that Rareware would have done. I'm just gonna put that one out there. Okay, sorry if there was an awkward cut there. Had a slight distraction that made me have to stop for a little bit. But anyway, let's move on to the next level, which is Cog Jog. And as you may notice, this level, unlike the rest of the levels that we've been playing throughout the game, is shaped like a square, and same can be said about those other two levels on the right side of the screen. They're all shaped like squares. And this is what I was talking about earlier, how there are some levels in this world that have kind of an interesting twist to them. And we're going to be introduced to it here. Don't get your hopes up for anything too crazy. I have a funny feeling that people who haven't played this game before watching this might be expecting something like really drastic with these levels, which is not true. There's nothing too drastic here. There's just one extra factor to look out for in these levels, and we're going to see it right away here with this sign showing a button and it has the word find on it, which I think is actually kind of funny for some reason. Just like, find! I know, it's just funny how they have like a one-word command there. It's like, find! I don't know why I find that funny. But anyway, yes, you have to find a button somewhere in the level. It's a hidden button that you have to find, and it is required to actually finish the game normally. Not just 100%, but to actually get through like this world, you have to find this button. So that's an extra thing that we need to look out for, and I think that's really cool if they put that into these next 3 levels, is the hidden button. It just adds more to the game, really. I don't really have much else other way to describe it. Wow. Yeah, this level it's easier to screw up than it may look like. It looks like it's not too hard of a level, but it can actually be kind of difficult. And I keep thinking that barrel's gonna give me Diddy Kong. It's just a normal barrel. Wow. Wow, that's hilarious. I love how there's just a random barrel down there to save my ass from dying. That's something that the original game actually did quite a bit. Was every now and then they'd put a barrel into a seemingly boundless pit, and it'd be there just for the purpose of saving you from dying. And I've always thought that was kind of cool. Didn't happen there though. Wow, I'm having way more deaths in this level than I should be having. Let's actually like not die anymore. That'd be great. Let's not get hit by these guys too. Let's not die on this enemy or this enemy either. This is pathetic. Okay. I was talking about the button, but I got completely distracted by my deaths over and oh my goodness. What is even... I'm not even doing this right at all. Yeah, I could technically be jumping on the top of these, but I, of course, want to get the K. It's hard to time... It really is hard to time that. It doesn't look like that's something hard to time, shooting through those gaps, but it's hard to time. I'm gonna admit. It's not like... It's like not like the hardest thing in the world to do, but it's harder to time than it looks, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm so sorry that I'm dying so much on this. I really am. Especially when it's going at a diagonal like angle like that. When it's going like horizontally, it's not too bad. So once again, let's do this right for a change. Okay, finally we got somewhere. We can avoid this guy by just standing on the corner. And I should have thrown that barrel at this guy. I don't know why I keep just throwing barrels randomly away when I should be using them on these enemies. I do like how this level brings back the Life of the Mines theme, so we do get to hear that in a couple of levels in the Factory world. So I think that's kind of cool. It's not just Fear Factory that we're going to be hearing here. And I really do like this song. I never really liked it back when I was a kid playing the original game. But it's kind of grown on me with this version. I think this is the best remixed theme of this game. Really, I really think so. I don't know why I feel that way, but I don't know why. Yeah, I don't have really a good reason for it. I just think this is the most well done remix in this game, like of an original theme. Let's get the checkpoint so I don't die. I want the O, of course. Though, I probably should have gotten the O and then the checkpoint, because now if I die, I have to get the O every time. That would just be like a minor annoyance, so... getting Diddy back, so that is cool. I'm going to try to be careful. Oh, something fell. That looked like a puzzle piece, so... Part of me wants to think that was a letter. It looked like a letter, but it shouldn't have been a letter. Oh, this is weird. When you ever see these things... I'm gonna try to at least get up this thing once. You see a couple of these in this level. Or maybe this is the only time you see this. It's like a 3-layered thing, and you only can jump on it when it's like slanting like this. It's really awkward. But if you get to the top, you should be able to get to a puzzle piece, or maybe even a letter. Really, I think they should... Oh, whoa, I'm not paying attention. Really, I think they should hide the Kong letters better in this game because of the fact that they're required for 100%. I don't think they should hide them as well as the puzzle pieces, but, you know, I think that they should put them in places that aren't, like, in the direct path of the level, because that's really where they always are, or in the direct path of the level. And really, like, as you go about getting them, they're usually not that challenging to get. Like, sometimes you have to make, like, a specific bounce off an enemy to get one. But other than that, it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, so right here, there was a banana barrel, or banana barrel? Really? A banana arrow pointing down at this spot here, and if you slam on it, you can turn this wheel around. Now, there's something I need to point out before I progress here. Is notice what's behind me right now. It's I'm gonna kind of describe it. It's that we have kind of those 3 red dots, like kind of looking like arrows pointing at each other, and then you have like this thing of blue dots between the arrowed red dots. You see that back there? I mean, you're not blind, you can see that, right? That is the indication of where the buttons are. That is the indication of where they are. So look out for those in the rest of the levels. That's a really good tip to find the other buttons, because that is what's going to indicate where the buttons are. And when you get to it, you don't have to really do anything special. You just have to hit the button, and then a plug will go into the outlet, and that's all you need to do. And then a barrel will take you back out. So yeah, just always look for this structure behind us. It's flashing right now. The red lights are flashing, the blue dots have steam coming out, so just look out for those structures. Anyway, let's just continue on. We just do the level normally now. I think we need N and G. I don't think we have those yet. So, yeah, just focus on those. Really not much else going on with the level mechanic itself. The thing that I really like about the factory in general, and we're seeing it a lot in this level, is that a lot of the platforms are these red girder things, and they look a lot like the red girders from the original arcade Donkey Kong game, and I think that was definitely intentional. And in fact, speaking of that, I forgot to point out an Easter egg on the Foggy Fumes level. There's actually a couple of Easter eggs on that, if I remember correctly. There's an image of the original, like there's like an image of the first level of the original Donkey Kong arcade game, and then there's also an image of Mr. Game & Watch in there, and I forgot to show it off. I might, like, point it out on screen. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I'll find a way to show it off. Or you can always Google it. And that's like my cheap answer. What? Oh, you have to time that right. That's a little bit cheap right there, because you wouldn't really... Like, you would think that that barrel should gonna automatically take you somewhere, like, to another barrel that will be safe. This is kind of weird what they do with the clinging in this level, because if you pay close attention, it's not grass that you're clinging onto. They're actually chains. Which, yeah, it's kind of weird what they do with this, because, like, they make it green like grass, so you could tell that you can cling on it, but they made it chain so that it would fit more into the factory thing. It's probably something that Retro felt really awkward with designing, because I'm sure they didn't want to put grass into a factory environment, though I don't think that would have been too much of a big deal. But I mean, they definitely had to make it green to fit in with, see, that was a dumb idea, to try to continue my sentence from cut footage. Like, you know what I mean? Not the best idea, but whatever. I mean, the whole point of that was they had to make it green so you could tell you can cling on it because the grass was green that you could cling on earlier. That was the whole point, and let's just stop that discussion. Okay, obviously the G is over here. We have to figure out how we're gonna do this. It's kind of tricky. That's really frightening to do, and I'm in a very frightening position. I'm gonna die. Oh my... Oh, I'm like barely on the edge. Oh, let's just get out of here. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, the G is really tricky to get. I gotta decide how I'm really gonna do this. I gotta be able to cling onto there as quickly as possible. I don't think that's really the way to do it, but it's a way, and that's how I did it. Hopefully I can not die on the way to the end, so I can actually get done with this level and not have to do this anymore. Okay. That was a lot more difficult than I remember the level being, and I don't think it, like, I'm gonna admit that I just played badly there. I don't think that really speaks for how hard the level is. I'm not gonna give the level credit there, I'm just gonna say that I sucked. Okay, so how are we doing? I don't think I have time for another one, so I'm just gonna have to end it right here, and next time, let's see what the next one's called. Switcheroo, this is a real cool level. Yeah, I'll definitely wait till next time to begin this one. So, this has been Michael217, this has been Let's Play Donkey Kong Country Returns, and I will see you in the next episode where we continue with the factory. Peace out, everyone.